Hello and welcome back to Chaotic and Witchy. I have a very exciting pick a card for you today as we're going to take a look at what's up ahead for you in August. If you like your reading, please leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and let me know what readings you want to see from me in the future. Now, meditate on your pile, make your selection, and I will see you in a little bit. Hello and welcome Pile 1. If you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what readings you want to see from me in the future. But most importantly, let me know if your reading resonated. I really want to hear from you. But enough of that, let's move on to your reading. I'm going to start by letting you know the song that I picked for you today. The song that I picked for you is June Gloom by Allie. It's actually incredibly fitting because it's all about feeling stuck, trapped, being down, not wanting to go outside, and not really having that spark or enthusiasm to go out and enjoy the surrounding world, just feeling kind of out of it. Now, obviously, in the current circumstances, that song has a whole other meaning because we've all been stuck. We've all been feeling a little bit trapped. We've all been a little bit down because we haven't been able to be anywhere that we want to be. We haven't been able to go to the places we want to go. We haven't been able to see the people we want to see. And I'm really seeing that that's going to change for you in August. There is a lot of movement in these cards. Now I'm going to start with a card that's usually the scariest, the Tower. I don't want to be, I don't want to alarm you. And I never want anybody to be afraid of the Tower because I think the Tower gets a really bad rep. The Tower card here, although it can be scary, represents sudden change, transformation, and upheaval. This sudden change doesn't necessarily have to be negative. I think a lot of the time the Tower is associated with negative sudden change, bad things happening, and really what I'm seeing here for you is the message in the surrounding cards, which is really what you want to focus on. You have the King of Swords here. Let me bring it closer. The King of Swords represents mental clarity. It represents having a moment where you are in control of your thoughts, where an idea or concept or something that you have been struggling with is no longer intimidating. You can face it. You have the strength to do so. You also have the Knight of Swords. Now this represents action, fast thinking. Again, clarity. It represents having direction. You can see that he's running towards his bicycle, and you know that once he's on that bicycle there's going to be a whole lot of movement. But really what you need to remember is that this deck is very strongly indicative of someone who is about to burst into a lot of action. I think what's coming for you in August is you will finally find clarity on a situation that's been giving you a lot of difficulty. I think you've been ruminating on something a lot. You've been sitting inside, you've been in your bed, you've been on your couch, and you've been thinking about something. Something has been bogging you down. Or the other thing is you can have a mental block. You can have a difficulty coming up with new creative ideas, with finding new ways of achieving your passion projects, with coming up with that next great song, with coming up with the next great piece of art. And you've had a lot of blockages, even though you've had a lot of free time, because I do think we've had so much free time. And based on the song that I pulled for you today, it hasn't been free time used effectively. It hasn't been free time used to its best potential in a few ways. That's not necessarily the case, but I see that you have been struggling creatively a little bit. But as well, some of you have situations that you're trying to move away from because they're no longer serving. You have the Six of Swords here. This is all about moving away from something which no longer serves you. You see here she has a snake on a leash. This is all about taming a venomous, poisonous situation. And traditionally, the Six of Swords is all about moving away from that unfortunate, venomous, poisonous, uncomfortable situation. So I'm getting for some of you are in relationships that are making you unhappy. Some of you are in jobs that are making you unhappy. Some of you are fed up with being at home with family because they bring you down. They don't make you feel good all the time. You're getting on each other's nerves. You're fighting you're fighting a lot, you're arguing, they're being mean to you, meaner than usual, and you really, really want to get out. You're feeling quite trapped. Well, I have good news for you, pile one. There will be a lot of movement. You're going to be able to get out of that space. You're going to go on some adventures. That's really plain and simple. You're going to be out in nature. You're going to be near water. You're going to see your friends. You're going to finally go out there and do the things that you've been wanting to do for a very, very long time that have just simply been impossible to do given the circumstances, but also given your own mental blockages. Perhaps you've been struggling with your mental health. I'm hearing that some of you have been struggling with your body image. You've been putting on a little bit of weight. You've been feeling like I'm not attractive anymore. I'm not, I don't feel my best. And sometimes that just has to do with our own mental health, but it also has to do with the fact that we're feeling a bit stuck. And the good news here is all of this tremendous charged energy and all of this movement that's going to propel you forward. You have the Chariot. You have the Knight of Cups. And what this says to me, quite simply, is for some of you, this movement in August is going to be a new relationship because I have the Knight of Cups. I have a strong sense, and also I have the second chakra. Let me focus this card a little bit here for you. Now, the second chakra is all about the emotional body, sensuality, and creativity. I think for a lot of you, as this is a general reading, for some of you, you're about to enter into a brand new relationship or a very exciting romantic connection. It doesn't have to be a relationship. It could just be a spark that's ignited that really recharges you and propels you forward and excites you and makes things interesting again, because for a long time you've been kind of bogged down and feeling stuck. For others of you, I'm feeling very strongly that you're going to find inspiration in this movement. You're going to find inspiration in the adventures you're going to take. You're going to find inspiration in the mental clarity and in the spark that's about to ignite in yourself. You're about to find a lot of energy, enthusiasm, and recharge that is going to fill your cup, so to speak, because there's the Knight of Cups, there's quite a bit of water, there's nature represented here. But most importantly, I am seeing a lot of elements of natural life, plant life, animals. You are going to go out and recharge in nature in a really important way. But also, like I had indicated for you, there is going to be a romantic relationship or a spark, a romantic connection that for some of you, that is what's going to be, that reignites that feeling of staleness that you have been feeling, and a feeling that some of you are in a relationship or stuck with a person currently and they are not making you feel good. They're not making you feel happy. Perhaps being in lockdown has showed you a side of their character that you don't like. Perhaps they're much more annoying and difficult and challenging, and this is not a relationship that you're deeply committed in and you're just wanting it to end, and then you're going to have that clarity. You're going to be able to make that decision in August, or at least start making that decision in August, because you're going to get a really great sense of recharge. The other thing, the really key message I have here for you is just say yes. So the universe wants you to say yes to what is coming. I mean, of course, provided that it's positive. This is not a card to say, oh, just say yes just to anybody, regardless of how they treat you. When I say romantic connection, I always mean that the romantic connection has to be positive. The person that you're involved with has to be a positive person, because I'm seeing that they're going to recharge and reinvigorate your creative energy. They're going to go on adventures with this person. This is meant to be positive, but you have to say yes. Perhaps you've been holding back, perhaps you've been feeling down, and this is going to be a month where you're going to have a brand new start. You're going to be reinvigorated. You're going to have a lot of movement, and you're going to start feeling a lot more creative, a lot more excited, and a lot more passionate. While I think I picked June Gloom for you, the song June Gloom by Allie, really what this is about is moving away from that to something a little bit better and brighter and more positive. And I'm very excited for you, Pile 1. I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Please leave a like, subscribe if you want, and leave a comment down below just letting me know if it resonated. I'm hoping you have a wonderful day and an incredible August because, like I said, the cards are really clear. Something's going to happen. It's going to reinvigorate you. It's going to inspire your passions. It's going to make you feel a lot more better. And I'm thrilled for you. And do come back and let me know how it went, how your month went. Have a wonderful day. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If you like this reading, please leave a comment down below. Let me know if it resonated. Like and subscribe if you would like. But let's get into your August. So I'm going to start by letting you know the song that I picked for you. The song I picked is Good News by K.Flay. It's actually all about feeling like you need some good news. So I can already tell you you've had a very difficult couple of months. I have the Ten of Swords here. I have the Two of Swords here. And they do not look like the most positive cards. The Ten of Swords can indicate betrayal, deception. There's a lot of crows represented here. And you know what? Typically, they are associated with bad luck. However, that is not how I like to interpret crows when I see them. You can see that they are ripping the hair out of this woman. You can see that they're flying in front of this other individual that's depicted. Really what I'm thinking it represents here is that you have been in a deep state of avoidance and you've not wanted to make a choice. And I think you've been making, every attempt that you can to avoid coming to terms with a very difficult decision. However, what's coming for you in August is the Sun. Right in between these two cards, we have this beautiful, vibrant card, and she's incredibly joyous, and she's having the time of her life, and there's a lot of color and brilliance that's coming your way. So I'll let you know right away, Pile 2, that your good news is coming. In fact, I'm hearing that good news is coming. There is definitely something that has been weighing you down. I think that some of you have lost your job, some of you have been laid off and you've been struggling, or perhaps you are experiencing a little bit less income than normal and you're finding that you are trying to save money and you're finding that you're very, very concerned and you're trying to be very cautious with how much you're spending. And I'm hearing that for some of you, you are also experiencing a very difficult decision that you don't want to make. There's something in your life that you have to move away from, or you have to firmly decide, but you're keeping yourself blinded to it on purpose. However, the presence of crows signifies to me this very almost damned if you do, damned if you don't, it's going to happen. Like you can see these crows pulling at her hair and trying to rip the blind off of her eyes. There is something that's going to be shown to you that was previously unknown to you. So there may be a revelation. It could be an external revelation, but it could also be an internal revelation. I think there's something that you have been running from. However, there is happiness and joy and vitality coming for you as well. Because the Sun is stuck in between these two very limiting cards, I'm feeling that you are blocked from having this happiness and vitality. But at the same time, I have the presence of very powerful cards like the High Priestess. I have freedom here as well, which depicts to me that soon whatever has been holding you in bondage is going to lift. And there has definitely been issues in your preceding couple of months. You have been struggling with something. I think you've also been stuck in a bit of wishful thinking. I feel like you're not acting on it, as represented by the Seven of Cups here. Ordinarily, the Seven of Cups is a fairly positive card. It is a card that depicts a form of manifestation, a form of desire, of bringing forward what you want. However, you can see that there's a hook in her mouth, and it almost feels like you're wishful thinking because you have been inactive on it. You haven't acted on it. it's become more of a burden, more of a difficulty. You're saying, oh, I wish I had more money. I wish I could do something here. I wish I could have a creative spark or a moment. I wish I could, feel better about myself. Again, I'm feeling as well, some of you are struggling with some insecurity issues here. Also, I'm feeling that perhaps that for some of you, that is what's weighing you down considerably. You've been dealing with some insecurities and you've been looking towards others and looking at what others are doing or how others are succeeding, or seeing that others are not struggling as you are, and you're feeling like you want things to happen but they simply cannot, and you are trapped in that repetitive thinking. I also feel that some of you, as confirmed by the 10 of Wands, which can indicate burdens, feel like you have been in a situation that you've had to put on a face. I feel like if you're not feeling secure, you're currently in a situation where you have to put that face on regardless. I'm also hearing that some of you are in situations where your feelings are not being listened to and not being accounted for, that you are having all of these difficult challenges, but nobody seems to care. Everybody's stuck in their own place, and you're reaching out to people, but they're not really listening to what you have to say. But I'm also hearing that a lot of you have been doing something for people or for one specific person, and this person is not giving you what you desire. They're not giving you what you want, and they're not appreciating you as the high priestess that you are. So I'm feeling that for some of you, there may be a situation where you're feeling like you're not appreciated, even though you really deserve to be appreciated and your feelings deserve to be heard and valued. And I'm hearing that perhaps some of you, for if this is a romantic partner, that they have put their own concerns and their own burdens above yours, and they haven't been giving you that attention that you need. They haven't been really looking at you or giving you quite what you need in this moment to get by. But this is going to change in August. Now, for some of you, this means, because I have the Freedom card and I have the Appreciation card, that you're going to move away from this relationship. You're going to make a decision to end this relationship and move away. For others of you, this simply means that you're both going to become free from the burdens that are weighing you down together. So if you're going through something together with your partner and it feels like they're not giving you quite the level of appreciation, quite the level of love that you deserve right now, those constraints that are causing them to feel this way are soon going to become lifted, and that's what's coming for you in August. I'm also feeling that because you feel like you haven't been heard for a while, and because you've been wishing for, like the song that I picked for you, for good news, for something to go right. Because if it hasn't been a year that has been completely awful, completely painful, completely heavy, if there is a year that is represented the best by the 10 of Wands, by burdens and stress, and the 10 of Swords, and all of this nasty energy, it is this year in particular. And what I'm feeling is, what your guides want you to remember going into August is that you're guided. Even when you feel like nobody's listening, even when you feel like you're going through something alone and you're not being heard, or you're not being appreciated, or you feel like you're ruminating in your own thoughts, you're in your own head, I think that you need to remember that your guides are around you, and I'm also hearing that you're not really talking to your guides right now. I'm feeling that because you're dealing with a bit of insecurity, you don't feel like you're worthy of magic, but you have the High Priestess right here, right at the center. The one thing that's coming for you in August, because you have the Sun and the High Priestess, is you're going to find a reawakening in your spirituality. You're going to recharge through spirituality. You're going to become a little bit more close to the person who you want to be. You're going to be a little bit more fulfilled, and you're going to become more empowered. You're going to become stronger. And this energy is what's going to help you shake away all of the burdens that you've been through and move towards something a lot more positive, a lot more spiritually charged, a lot more confidently charged, and definitely it's going to lead you to success. And instead of having wishful thinking that is useless, in the sense of, oh my God, it comes from a place of lack instead of a place where you feel that you can practice manifestation successfully because you can let go and release, you're going to be able to turn that around in August. You're definitely going to be able to turn it around. You're going to find freedom. You're going to finally be appreciated. Now, whether this is with a new person or with the person you're currently with, when they shake away all of the difficulties of the past few months, because I do feel you've been going through it, you're going to have a great sense of relief in August, pile 2. And I'm incredibly excited for you. But remember always that your guides are around you. And I'm hearing that for some of you, you have felt unworthy of practicing magic, if you are into magic, or practicing your spirituality because of how low you have been, and you feel like your energy is low, so you can't manifest, you can't do the kind of magic that you want. But please rest assured that this is only temporary, and it's going to change in August. You will definitely get a boost of confidence and a boost of energy and a boost of light. And I'm very excited for you, pile 2. Let me know how your August goes. Leave a comment down below, like and subscribe if you'd like, and have a wonderful day. Hello and welcome, pile 3, to your reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you like your reading, please leave me a comment below, like and subscribe if you wish, but most importantly, please let me know if the reading resonated, and let me know if you would like to see any other readings from me and what kind of readings you'd like to see. So let's jump into your reading. So pile 3, the song that I have for you today is Body by Julia Michaels. So really what that tells me quite strongly off the bat is some of you have been dealing with a lot of self-confidence issues. I think that for some of you, this is because you have just started a new project or an online business, and there's a very strong focus on appearances, and I feel like you're focusing quite a lot on how you look or how your skills will manifest and translate into this new space that you're in. The reason why I'm seeing this for you is, number one, I have the Ace of Swords and the Five of Wands that help me understand that you have started a new endeavor or a project that started out in your head and you've just started putting it out into the world. The reason why I'm seeing that you do have a few fixations, and really what I'm seeing is that you have been engaging in self-punishing behaviors. I think that you have been putting yourself down more than usual. You have been harder on yourself. You've been noticing your imperfections and your flaws. Perhaps that you started this project and you're in front of a camera and you're starting to nitpick and compare yourself. Oh, sorry, there's a car passing. You're starting to nitpick and compare yourself to other people. And I'm seeing this through the Devil card, which is present here, that there is this obsessive and unhealthy relationship with what I believe to be self-image for you. The other thing that I'm seeing is you will find success in this new endeavor, and you will regain your confidence because I have the Queen of Wands here. Now, the Queen of Wands is all about confidence, it's all about determination, and it's all about success. So for August, I am definitely seeing that you're going to have that confidence back, that thing which will give you that spark and that motivation to stop fixating on your flaws quite as much, because you're going to get a boost. I'm hearing for some of you, you're going to get a community of people who are going to be uplifting and supporting, who are going to like you for who you are. And so you'll move away from this comparing and contrasting yourself to others fixation that you currently may be in. I have the King of Wands here. And really what the King of Wands is about is somebody who is a leader, somebody who's an entrepreneur, somebody who can take and cultivate new ideas brilliantly. So quite simply, what I'm seeing is that in August, you're going to take these ideas and you're going to start transcending into this role where you're feeling more bold, more confident, and more assured about your skills, about your image, and about what you're seeking to present into the world. The other thing I have is the King of Pentacles. This endeavor is going to be lucrative for you. It is inevitably, with work and with effort and with continued perseverance, it is going to be lucrative, although it may not feel that way. And one of the messages that is coming through to me is that you cannot give up. I'm feeling quite strongly that because you have this Devil card, this Five of Wands card, that you want to give up because perhaps the thing that you're working on isn't taking off as quickly as you would like. Perhaps your idea isn't something that really has existed in the sphere in quite this manner. Perhaps there is a quality to you that makes you different and you just feel like you are not quite suited for this field. But rest assured, I have the World card here, and what the World card represents is this global energy. It's uniting globally. It is bringing people from across the world together, which is why I said social media. I do think that whatever you've just begun, and for you, for some of you, it could be a business. For others of you, it could be a creative endeavor on social media. You are definitely going to have success. You're going to have a global community, and you're going to thrive within this endeavor. And it's going to all begin for you starting in August. I have the full moon depicted here, which says openness. I'm feeling that some of you may be working with the cycles of the moon to manifest this, this desire, this project, this business. And actually, pile 3, you have a lot of similarities with another pile, pile 5. So you may want to check out that pile after you're finished with this reading, because it is quite similar. A lot of similar things are coming up. But the other thing that I am seeing here is that I have this card which says creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Now, what this card tells me is that for some of you, as this is a general reading, whatever project you're currently endeavoring on, you are either working on it with your twin flame, or you're going to meet your twin flame through this project and this endeavor, because whatever it is that you're doing, it is for the greater good. It is for a larger benefit. Now, that doesn't necessarily, I feel like when people say greater good, what comes to mind is, you know, you're out there and you're saving and you're rescuing people. It doesn't have to be that way. Simply creating something and putting it out in the world that is positive, that communicates joy and laughter, and it's humorous and it's uplifting, and it helps people take a step away from their day-to-day life and their drudgery and have a moment of peace and have a moment of relaxation and unwind with you, or engage with you and connect with another person, especially at a time when we're so disconnected. That is a greater good. That is something that is a worthwhile objective. You don't have to be out there solving all of the world's problems for your content, for your art, for your music, for whatever it is that you're putting out there to be relevant or important to somebody. It means that you're doing something with the goal of creating a benefit to someone's life instead of detracting from it, which is what I'm seeing for you quite strongly here. Now, because you are dealing with a lot of, not a lot, but a few confidence issues, you need to also realize that whatever endeavor that you are on, as this card indicates, it requires a bit of openness. So if you're someone who's holding back, or you're feeling, I cannot be myself, I cannot fully be myself, I have to censor myself, I have to kind of restrain myself, I cannot express my identity as fully as I would like, what the cards are telling me is that you will have to be a little bit more open. So if you are concerned about how you look, you are concerned about your image, you are concerned about how your skills are going to translate into this space, understand that people connect better when there is an openness, a dialogue, there is an engagement going on. And that will definitely help bring you towards success this August. I think you're going to start to open up and let your King of Wands energy shine through, your leadership energy, your incredible sense for business, your incredible sense for, that's the other thing I'm hearing, is some of you are quite business oriented and you know how to work, you know, you have some tricks and tips that you're trying to implement, but perhaps you're not seeing results quite as quickly. Just know that that is going to turn around for you in August. But most importantly, you need to focus on your Queen of Wands energy, that confidence, that light that shines through to you, that boldness, that colorful nature that you have. Don't stifle it. Let it shine. Let it come through, and because you will succeed the more you allow this energy to come through. And like I already indicated, you are going to potentially meet your twin flame in this project, or perhaps your twin flame is supporting you in this project already. But this is, again, all for the purpose of hopefully building people up, creating a community, uniting people, taking people away from their day-to-day drudgery and giving them a moment of reprieve. And this is a positive thing, and I am seeing that you will have financial success with it. Perhaps starting in August, you're going to see a bit of income coming in from this project, or at least the building blocks that you need to inevitably make this project lucrative for you. But because I have the Ace of Swords, I know what you're conjuring up is coming from your mind, it's coming from your imagination, and whatever it is, although competitive, although difficult, although it does have these periods of feeling insecure and being doubtful, it is something that will inevitably bring you great success. So try not to be so hard on yourself, pile 3. We're all human. We all have imperfections. We all have stuff that makes us feel less than great. But know that with perseverance, you will find that you will get into the rhythm of things. You will learn how to exist on your own in this sphere and thrive in it. So if you have started a new business, if you are in a new job, if you are starting a creative endeavor, just know that it is going to be a success, but it's going to take a bit of time. It is going to take a bit of effort, and it is going to take the quieting of the voices in your head in order to fully open up and grow. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching. Hello and welcome, pile 4, to your reading. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I'm incredibly grateful to have you here with me. Please leave a comment below if you enjoyed this reading. Let me know if this reading resonated, and subscribe if you wish. So to start, I'm going to let you know the name of the song that I picked for you, and it is Chasing Thunder by Kesha. I'm going to start off and let you know right away that you have a very powerfully energetic August up ahead of you. August is going to be very fruitful towards whatever it is that you're manifesting. And I sincerely think that you are working on manifesting or bringing in something into your life that is going to be a very positive change. I have the 3 of Wands, which to me indicates that you are attempting to progress and expand in an area of your life. You're looking towards the horizon, you're looking towards the future, you're trying to move forward in some way. I'm hearing for some of you, this is school or work related, that some of you are really excited for an upcoming opportunity or an upcoming chapter of your life. That doesn't necessarily have to be the case. This can still be something that you're working towards and actively manifesting. So this can be through the law of attraction. It can also just simply be through working actively towards something. And the reason why I'm thinking you're going to be very successful at it is because I have the 7 of Cups, which represents that you will have many opportunities and choices that are going to be coming your way. I'm hearing for some of you, if you do work in social media or you do work in an area where you are public facing, you have a channel, you have a social media account. I'm hearing some of you are going to have new sponsors or promotion opportunities that are going to come your way in August. I'm hearing that as they're going to definitely have some choices to engage in, and you're going to have a lot of choices, actually. There's so much abundance that's going to be coming your way. I have abundance here. I have the 7 of Cups here. I have the 10 of Cups here. This is a very, very strong reading. I have the 10 of Pentacles here. Holy smokes. Like, there's a lot that's very positive coming your way in August. And one of the things I'm also seeing here is the High Priestess with her eyes closed. I'm feeling that you have been practicing visualization and trying to bring these things into your life. You also have the Ten of Pentacles, which represents financial security and stability, as well as the Ten of Cups, which represents celebration, coming together, uniting, even a celebration of romantic love. I'm hearing that for some of you, there may be weddings you'll be able to attend in August to celebrate, or I'm also picturing a gathering of friends celebrating a milestone. You're going to reach a milestone in August that is going to be really exciting for you. But there's also the possibility that some of you are manifesting a romantic partner, and that is definitely going to begin to come to fruition in August. So if you are manifesting romantically, because I do have the Ten of Cups, which does represent this romantic, stable, secure, divine, powerful connection to someone and a celebration within that connection, I do think that if that is something that you have been working on, it is coming. So basically, it's a very general message of whatever it is that you have been manifesting, whatever it is that you've been putting your effort into, it is going to start coming towards you. And again, the song that I picked for you is Chasing Thunder. I feel like you're somebody who is quite bold, who knows that they're a pretty good manifester, who's definitely gotten into the hang of things with it. But really what you have done, you put in a lot of effort here. I think that you're somebody that has been working tremendously day in and day out towards this goal. You have been putting all of your effort towards it, and you simply cannot wait for whatever it is to arrive, but in such a way where you are certain that it is coming, you are comfortable where you currently are. And that is usually when the good stuff starts to flow into our lives. It's when we start to get comfortable to where we currently are, and we're not feeling like we're coming from a place of lack. And most sincerely, you are going to see quite a lot of that in August. I also have the Emperor here. So I feel like some of you may have families that you are responsible for. There are other people in your life and you have responsibility over them. And you're trying to bring more abundance, prosperity, and money into your life to take care of other people. And one of the messages I have for you is that is certainly coming. You do not have to feel concerned. You do not have to feel anxious. There is definitely movement in the way of that direction here for you. I also see that, again, you are starting to flow. You are starting to allow things to come in. So if this does not resonate, again, this is a very specific reading because this is intended to find somebody who has been working very hard and very diligently towards an outcome. So whatever it is that you're working on, it is going to start to trickle in. The other thing I am sensing is that, again, I have here, your vibration is rising to confirm. I didn't even notice. It says your vibration is rising, you are the oracle. So if this is affirmation that whoever picked this pile is a very powerful manifester, and if you don't realize it yet, you will soon. Because if you've been putting in effort, you have been practicing how to manifest, how to bring these things into your life, or if you don't believe in any of that, that's totally fine. The other thing you could have been doing is just putting in the work. Whatever it is that you want in your life, you've been putting in the work. And manifesting requires a part of that too. It's definitely not sit on your tuchus and don't do anything and don't move things along. It's definitely about having the right state of mind, but also setting the effort in motion. It's not about being idle. And you are not someone who is idle. These are not the cards of an individual who sits and waits and lets things happen to them. This is certainly the set of cards for someone who, while they do go with the flow, meaning they're not attached, meaning they're not anxious, they nonetheless recognize the importance of putting in that hard work. So if this is a job, if this is a promotion, if this is a desire to bring more money in to take care of your family or take care of a loved one, you are certainly going to start seeing the beginnings of that in August. You are looking towards the horizon. You are looking towards the future. You are going to have choices and options. I'm hearing that some of you are going to get a number of job offers. If you have been applying for jobs, there may be a job offer coming to you. You may get one, but you may get several. If you work in social media or you rely on sponsorships or offers from sponsors, you're going to start seeing those offers trickle in. If you are looking for recognition at work is also what I'm hearing. If you've been putting a lot of effort to try to get more projects or different kinds of files or different kinds of responsibilities, that's certainly going to start coming in, because you're going to be viewed as somebody who's responsible, who does the work, who's diligent. That's definitely going to be flowing in. And of course, as always, there is an element of romance, because I do have the 10 of Cups. There is a potential here that you're going to be celebrating either something in your, I'm hearing some of you may be getting proposals. If you are in a relationship, August might be the month that you get proposed to for some of you. Some of you may also be celebrating birthdays in August, and you're going to be able to bring a few people together and have that celebration with them, which I think is something that you're really looking forward to. But overall, August is going to be a really lovely month for you. It's going to be filled with abundance. It's going to be filled with joy. It's going to be, at the very least, filled with opportunities that are going to start trickling in because you've been trying to bring them into your life. And overall, this is an incredibly positive pile 4. I'm very excited for you. Please let me know whether this resonated. Please let me know how your August goes, and I hope you have a lovely day. Hello and welcome to your reading, pile 5. As I had told pile 3, I do think that it is a really good idea that if you resonate with this set of cards, to go check out that pile, because there's quite a lot of messages that are very relevant and similar to that pile, so you might want to go check that out. But to start, thank you so much for joining me here today. Thank you so much for watching this reading. If you like this reading, hit the like button, subscribe if you wish, but most importantly, let me know if this reading resonated, and let me know what kinds of readings you want to see from me in the future. So let's dive into it. The song that I have for you today is High Enough by K.Flay. And really what that song is about is being happy, thriving, exhilarated, and intoxicated without needing any substances, without needing anything else, and just feeling alive in your own skin. It could be in relation to a person, and I definitely see some of that here, and I'll get into it. But it can be in relationship to just being satisfied with yourself and satisfied with where you are right now. So I'm going to start out by saying that some of you have been putting a lot of work towards a passion project. I'm seeing the 7 of Pentacles here, which suggests to me a long-term investment, and that you have been growing your roots into something quite firmly. I'm seeing the 8 of Wands, which suggests to me that in August you're going to see a lot of movement. You're going to be catapulted into action. And between these two cards, I have the Ace of Cups, which is what confirms to me that whatever this project is, it is something you feel incredibly passionate about. You've dedicated a lot of your emotion, a lot of your effort, a lot of your skill towards this project. And I do believe that for some of you, this can represent a romantic connection as well. For some of you, this could be a romantic relationship that you are about to embark on. I mean, not to be dramatic, it does mean that some of you may meet your soulmate or someone you are going to have a very deep connection with in August, so very, very soon. Because I also have the 2 of Cups and the Ace of Cups in this combination. That is usually what that signifies. But it also can mean that currently, in whatever this project is, you are getting assistance or support from your loved one, and you're working on this together. Alternatively, what the 2 of Cups can mean that you are working on this with someone who is a friend or a relative or someone very near and dear to you. Because these two girls look like they're twins, I am going to mention relative. This could be your sister or your brother or whomever they are in relationship to you. This does imply to me that whatever it is, there is a connection that is going to involve someone, a person who is very deeply important to you, very valuable to you. So either you are already in this project with another person, or you soon will be, or you will soon get assistance from someone that's going to make a very meaningful impact in your life. And this is going to start happening for you in August. Now, the other thing that I'm seeing here is the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups represents going with the flow, following your heart and your intuition. It also can suggest, and I think it was pile 3 where this came up, using the cycle of the moon to manifest. So maybe some of you have been using magic. She does have quite a lot of bottles and a lot of spell containers around you. So I do think some of you guys have been using magic to get what you want, and you are certainly going to see the fruits of that manifestation start to come to fruition in August. As I do have the Wheel of Fortune present here as well, this is a very strong pile. That does indicate to me that you're going to start seeing success in the efforts that you have put in, and that for some of you in August, you're going to be endeavoring or beginning a brand new, very important connection to your life. This person is going to be very valuable to you. If they're already not in your life, they're going to be coming to you shortly. The other thing that came out, and usually when this happens, I know that this message is very, very important, is I got patience. The same card, patience, in 2 different oracle cards that fell out. So for some of you, you need a reminder that for whatever it is that you are investing in, whatever it is that you're currently working on, you need to be reminded that you need to be patient. So if things aren't happening as quickly as you would like, if things aren't moving as quickly as you would like, or you're starting to feel like you want to give up or abandon this or take a step back because things aren't quite flowing into your life at the speed that you would want it to, at the rate that you would want it to. Perhaps you set out to do something and you thought, oh, I thought this would be easier, or I thought it would be quicker, or I thought, like, I've already spent so much time and effort working on this. It has been weeks, months, years, and I haven't yet seen the results. What I'm hearing strongly, I mean, it fell out twice from 2 different oracle decks, so this is a very strong message for you. You have to be patient, and you cannot give up because you have already come very far. And whatever it is that, if you do decide to walk away from this, whatever it may be, you are going to regret it, because really you have already invested a considerable amount of your emotion, of your time, of your skill, of your energy, and it is critical that you keep going, because you have so much of positive, abundant energy present in these cards. And I also see that I have this, what are you being called to journey to card. And that is kind of interesting for me, because I do have the 8 of Wands here, that does signify some movement. So I think that some of you, whatever project it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're putting your passions into, it is going to take you different places. And it may take you there in August, as this is an August reading, but I think it's also going to start laying the foundations for this movement. So in other words, I believe if some of you are looking to travel but don't have the financial means to do so, you're going to start receiving opportunities. You're going to start receiving the financial income that is going to allow you to travel. It's definitely going to start flowing into your life in August. Actually, all of these piles have been quite positive. I think I had one with a bit of a difficult message, but really overwhelmingly, there is quite a lot of relief, a lot of success that's coming your way, a lot of movement, and there is an investment that you are currently working on that is going to start to root and take hold. And of course, you are reminded to be patient with this process, because regardless of what it is, if it is a romantic connection that you're going to be entering into, it does require patience. Perhaps the person that you're going to meet, there's going to be an obstacle in your way at first, and you may not be able to connect with this person at first, and you're going to feel like giving up, but do not give up. If there is something that gives you that Ace of Cups energy, that overflowing, abundant, happy, incredibly lighthearted, excited energy, you shouldn't give up on that, because that is not something worth disposing of. Whether it is something that you have started that is taking time to grow, whether it is a person you have met and there are obstacles in your way, you should be patient. In fact, it is repeated twice. So this is something that you need to keep in mind in August, pile 5. It is an important message for you Do not walk away from what you've been pouring your efforts into. It is going to start to take hold. Unfortunately for some of you, I mean, it's not unfortunate, it is a pretty positive message, but for some of you, because I'm seeing here in the Seven of Pentacles that there's quite a lot more growth of roots here at the bottom than there is growth here at the top. And I think that's, now that I'm looking at this card, I think that's really what the message patience is all about. In August, you may not yet see this coming to fruition. You're going to start seeing the beginnings of this, because a lot of the groundwork that's happening, a lot of what's happening energetically, a lot of what's happening behind the scenes may not yet be obvious to you. And that is going to bring you down a little bit, unfortunately. You're going to feel like, oh crap, like it's not working. So for example, some of you have been using magic to manifest, and you're not going to see the results of your magic quite yet, and you're going to think it's not working. That's not true. It's happening, but it's happening slowly and it's happening gradually, and the roots are being planted so that they can grow. So 100% I'm seeing here that if you're feeling like you are trying to bring something into your life but it isn't quite happening, you just have to be patient. And I know it's overkill, I'm repeating it, the cards are repeating it, but it is something for you to remember. And for some of you, these things may not be obvious right away, and they might make you feel like giving up, but do not give up. Whatever it is that you are doing currently, whatever it is that you've set your heart to, it is going to start to bring success. So thank you so much, Pile 5. As always, I'm incredibly grateful to have you here. Have a wonderful August. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you soon.